Hey guys, so we are celebrating tomorrow our 1 year anniversary with our travel trailer. We have a 2019 2109S. We have affectionately named her Overtime. That started as a joke and it just kind of stuck. So just going through and showing you some mods and some things that we have found helpful over the last year. We've done a lot of trial and error. So one of the things that helps the most is backup lighting. We had a trip a few months ago with some friends and it was cold and rainy. We all had dead flashlights, couldn't see anything, trying to back into a campsite. We installed a multicolored LED strip that is adjustable. It is dimmable. Has different colors, of course. It's very helpful when you're backing in at night. Also gives us a nice little underglow when we're just sitting outside and just want a little bit of extra light, or we're coming back late and just need some extra lights and don't want to leave the porch light on or anything that attracts bugs. The other thing to go along with the lighting is basement lighting. Everybody knows basements are dark. Our solution, again, LED truck bed lighting. This is just the plain white. We wired it into the solar port since we don't have any plans on using the solar. We have a strip on the front and a strip on the back, and it lights up the basement, makes things very easy to find. Continuing on down the trailer, I'll show you the outside part now, and we'll show you the inside part when we go inside. There's no HDMI connection outside. So we found on Amazon a HDMI port that we could actually mount to the outside of the trailer that is waterproof. It has a gasket on the inside of the cap. It has a gasket that goes around the outside, so you can still use the radio to play your DVD and have sound outside. It's actually quite nice. Continuing on down the trailer, right around Christmas, we put in the AP Products Thin Shade. It's very nice to be able to leave it, halfway open or halfway closed, whichever way you look at it. We decided to put it upside down so that we could use it for that purpose. Adds a little bit more privacy since the bathroom is right across from the front door as you walk in the trailer. Kevin added some LED lights to the steps for me. They are wired underneath the trailer through this connection. The connection actually runs along the propane line and into underneath where you can see some other wires run through there, around the back of the fridge, I believe. And I'll show you how we wired that in when we go inside. These are nothing more than just a little 12-inch strip. They are colored. We have them wired into an on-off-on switch, so they're either always on or they're on to the door magnet, which is here. Again, when we went camping that one night.
Show 'em.
Yeah.
You gotta plug it in.
Is it up for?
Up is on.
Up is on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this should be yep, that's the on. And then if I flip the switch the other way, as you can see, they're on when the door is open. Simple magnet switch. They shut off whenever you shut the door.
And also switch is a simple 12-volt single pole double throw, I believe it's called.
When we went in November and we had that catastrophe of backing up the trailer in the dark, we decided that another thing we were going to do is we were going to add lights to the back of the trailer. So right inside the door, when the steps are in, you can actually still reach it. There is a switch.
I can't find it. There it is.
That turns on another strip of just plain white LEDs. Yeah, I can't find it either, too, clearly. That is mounted on the frame rail in between, you can catch it in between the bumper and our sewer hose storage that we put in. So that's helpful whenever we're backing in. We installed a Haloview backup camera. I'll show you some additions that we did inside the trailer whenever we go inside. One of the very first mods that we saw was an older gentleman camping next to us at our very first campsite. Showed us this. They don't use the outside shower, and neither do we. It's just not feasible for us. So we took and cut the outside shower head off. Got some hose fittings and a hose cap, and we use that with a hose around to the front of the trailer for rinsing off greasy items, things you don't want to wash in the sink and have run down the drain specifically. So that's a huge help. Alright. So, adding to the video from earlier, we installed the Haloview camera on the back of the camper. I'll have to capture the video of it later, but this is how we have the monitor mounted. We actually took the rear view mirror and just loosened the screw, slid it off, and then have it suction cupped pretty much right in line with where the camera mount is, or the rear view mirror mount is. And that's our view.
We bought the Haloview beanbag and that mount together.
Yeah, we tried the beanbag mount, but the beanbag on the dashboard was too awkward. It
kept getting in my way.
It was in the way of the line of sight when you were driving. So, ew. And then we have the Garmin
770 or
770.
770. Yeah,
I think it's the Garmin 770 GPS, and absolutely love it. Prefer it. Got the dash pad and suction cup for it too, and that works very well. So coming inside, pantry. Of course, it does not come with any lighting. We chose again to use just a clear white LED strip lighting that's run along the interior of the cabinet. We drilled through the floor of this cabinet and this bottom cabinet and actually ran it into the bottom cabinet where we keep our cleaning supplies. And Kevin can show you how he wired all of that up. It's all wired through an accessory panel. So he'll show you that in just a second.
So the auxiliary panel on the main panel, the bottom fuse right there, the 25, was not being used. So I ran 10 gauge wire, I believe, either 10 or 8, I think it was 10 gauge wire behind and into the lower cabinet. The hot wire comes out on the top. The ground wire comes out on the bottom. And then I have the 3 lights, the step lights, the cabinet lights, and the backup lights, all on 5 amps, which is probably more than what the LEDs need, but that's the auxiliary panel. I'll post a link to it from Amazon. It was fairly easy to install, other than being in an awkward location. So another electrical mod we did was installed the 2 dimmer knobs. One's for the interior lighting, one's for the awning light. I didn't do the porch light, I left that one on full. Just switched. The may look funny in the video because of the LEDs. The dimmers are very nice. You know, either full blast or you can have them turned down. And pretty much the same thing for the awning light.
So going into the bathroom, Of course, we had to replace the toilet. We had the stinky Dometic toilet. So we have the 310. The only thing really different with this one was that we twisted it. The factory installed 300 was actually twisted a little more towards the shower. But installing the 310 to get it to fit in the cabinet, we had to twist it a little more towards the door. So just minor adjustments, but it works. When I showed you the camera outside, I mentioned that we would show you something inside that we had done. The camera mount is actually directly in line with the linen cabinet in the bathroom. Due to our stripped out factory install, we used longer screws to install the camera, and we chose to run the wiring into the camper because it's an excessive amount of wiring. Ran it into the camper. The screws that we installed the camera with are actually slightly longer, so they drill into those wood strips that we had lying around from another project. I also did backsplash around the sink area. That was a Smart Tile product from Home Depot. I didn't use any extra adhesives or anything with it. So far we haven't had any problems, knock on wood. The bar came from Lowe's. It is actually like a decorative iron black pipe from Lowe's. The basket came from Hobby Lobby. Just, you know, little things that I've picked up here and there. Most of my decorations you'll see throughout the camper are either from Hobby Lobby or Amazon. Amazon for the win. Always. The outlet. We did replace the outlet with the nightlight outlet. As you can see.
It's also a GFI.
Yeah, it's a GFI and it has a built-in nightlight in it. So it'll, you know, depending on the light, it will come on or off. Saves your elbows, so no more funny, weird thing. In the kitchen, I have some backsplash that I haven't done yet, but I will be doing that soon, hopefully. We mounted our paper towel holder that we got from Lowe's to the oven range hood, just with some simple screws and bolts. That was a pretty simple thing. We replaced the analog thermostat with the digital one. That works much better than the one that came with it.
So the TV setup we decided to go with, and please excuse the wires, I'm still working on that disaster. We mounted our Apple TV up there, just a simple little mount from Amazon. I bought another cord, a shorter cord for it. The HDMI runs down and connects to a 90 in front of the radio. And then to get the two TVs to work, I had to install a HDMI switch. TV 1 is inside, TV 2 is for the outside. And then that wire runs down and underneath the cabinet and into the drawers with the heater. And then if you look in the very back, you can see that is the outdoor HDMI connector. And then below that's the factory coax. And then the outlet. The reason the hole's so big, unfortunately, is because of the size of the nut. I believe it required an 1 1/8 socket to tighten it down. So it was either go bigger to fit my hand in there or just do the 1 1/8 socket. So that's what I went with. Unfortunately, it's still a large hole, but it's sealed, you know, well with a rubber gasket and stuff on the outside. Installed 2 hatches. You'll see one on the other side here in just a minute. I'm going to show you this one first. This one's underneath the mattress slightly.
Got it.
And if you pull up, you can access the back side of the water heater. And the water pump and the water filters right here, and the fuse for the water pump. You can also access your bypass, your winterizing stuff, but you know, in Florida we don't have to worry about that too much. The wood is reinforcing. It's mounted to the aluminum frame, and then we cut that out. This was from another project we had left over. These boards are glued and screwed to the back of the plywood, and then the carpeting is also glued down. And then when it goes back in, it disappears.
Okay, so he showed you the one hatch for the water. This is the hatch that I have on my side of the bed for laundry. Same basic concept. Reinforced it with wood. Again, you know, screwed the supports to it, glued the carpet down, cut a finger hole. So that's a nice little added bonus. My dirty laundry's not all in the camper. Recently we found some shoe shelves at Target that work very well in the closets. It's got a wooden upper shelf and then 2 wire shelves. When you put it together, you have to put it together backwards and upside down. That was quite interesting. The other side of the closet, the other closet was a little bit more difficult to do. I guess it's just a little bit differently sized. I'm not really sure. The light bars that we have in both closets are from Lowe's. They are motion activated. They have like a light sensor in them, and they mount with a magnet and are battery operated. So pretty effective in working. Definitely light up the closet fairly well. The bedside tables, we got monitor stands off of Amazon, and those work very well for, you know, having extra storage abilities. The power strips on both sides of the bed are from Target, I think, and they're just a flat plug, double outlet, 2 USBs, and we put those on both sides of the bed. So I think that is about it. We will try to post any of the product links off of Amazon when we post the video. If you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. And is that it, babe?
We have a few more mods we have to do. I want to install a USB outlet here. Just haven't gotten to it yet. And I have some more LED lighting to go on the outside. I'm sick of trying to hook up in the dark, so I'm going to install some lighting on the driver's side of the camper. So other than that, we'll show those when we get those done. Just haven't gotten them yet. I've had the items to do it, just hadn't had time to get to it. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully this shows you and gives you some ideas for stuff you could do. And like Sarah said, if you need any help, let us know.
Happy camping, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. So just a couple last things. One we forgot earlier. We replaced the door lock with the RV lock. And we replaced all of the hatches and thumb latches with the RV lock product also. So all of our hatches are now keyed the same as our door, which is great. When you order your lock, if you order your lock, your main door lock separate from your hatches locks, then what you do is you provide them with the key code that's on your door lock, and they key your hatch locks the same. In our case, we caught it on Black Friday sale and ordered everything in one. And the very last thing that we forgot to mention earlier is up on our upper, the front vent above our bed, we did add the Max air cover to that one also. So